Welcome to part 4 of Trucking TV's special series with Simon Waspe about the Volvo FL 1994 vintage. This time, a chat about the original owners, Leggett's Transport.
Well, I thought in the autumn I'd better write a piece about Leggett's. Leggett's traded from 1918 to 2009, which was 4 generations of the family, and how haulage has evolved from Bertie's horse and cart doing road repairs, and then he got into agricultural work with farmers, obviously, taking their produce to market, and so it evolved with the building of the British sugar factory. They got in there big time with sugar beet going in, bringing pulp out, which is the waste product after the sugar's extracted, and then on to bagged sugar to a national distribution. Life has changed so much in that journey, and that we had a corner shop, we had a village shop in Finborough. Well, it's not like that now, is it? Everything is trunked to a hub at Sainsbury's, at Northampton, wherever, and then distributed on. So they had to evolve with, as the work changed from the London markets, them taking potatoes in sacks into the markets. It's not like that anymore. This place here was a slaughterhouse when I was a little boy. Well, it isn't now. It's something totally different, isn't it? It's evolution of. But I thought I'd better write a piece about Leggett's. It's very sad, but Fred was a good friend of mine. Dick Leggett was my boss. Barry Hynard used to run it. They're all dead. And I can't talk to them now. So if I don't talk to Wayne Leggett, who's Dick's son, and Roy Leggett, who I work with at Russell Davis, that's all going to be swept away and that's wrong. But I've got 15 pages of notes that I'm typing up. And the fact that this is here, Leggett's had this truck new. May 94, the plate and certificate says. And I remember these going on the road, these 6. It was quite a coup for them to have a contract with a major client in Britain, Britvic. I think everyone knows the Britvic clock in Chelmsford, although the A12's bypassed it now. That was quite a landmark in Chelmsford City. I believe it's still there. I haven't seen it. I haven't been through Chelmsford City lately. But see, a lot of people wouldn't even know that these are Britvic. You'd think, because it's got Pepsi on it, that Pepsi own that truck. Well, they don't. That's all a farce, really, isn't it? But they had 3 red, white and blue for a Pepsi charter, and 3 Tango ones that were black with orange letters. They were very pretty, actually, very eye-catching trucks, and a lot of people now don't know that their Leggett's ever owned these vehicles. How would they know? Because they don't say Leggett's on, they've got Pepsi on the trailer. But this is L713, and I remember Jock Cowan had 710, so I remember that the 3 black ones were 11, 12, 13, and the 3 followed on 14, 15, 16, and when I worked for Leggett's I did drive one of them, and that was a dear little truck. It's clean, a pull. I just wanted to go through the journey of this truck, basically. So it was originally one of, and I know they got served notice, given 3 months to quit the Britvic work. Most of it was out of a hub they had on Moreton Hall at Bury St Edmunds, that is now Green King's hub, where they take the beer from. So the building is still there, but they did work out of Chelmsford, and they've got a hub at Rugby, or Crick, somewhere that way, at the end of the A14. But most of the work was out of that hub at Bury St Edmunds. There's one of the Pepsi, there's a side view with the curtain sider on. But they did it for about 4 years, so they'd lost it in 98, and then they rebranded these ones with Leggett's on, and the black ones as well. But these fitted if you took Pepsi off this truck and put Leggett's on it, it would fit in exactly as the fleet was. But they don't want to spend money, it's a couple of 3 grand, and the time off the road, a couple of weeks, to paint a lorry that doesn't really need painting. So the Tango ones just had the stickers taken off. These are the 6 Britvic charter motors at Leggett's HQ, which was then at Woolpit, which they built. They moved in there in 1985, I think. The building was built in 86. That's not right, 1980, 81, because the X-Regs were in the old yard in the village. Gold Star are in there now, that is now owned by Turners. So the yard still exists, and they've got staff in there who work for Leggett's still. I just think that's pretty. It makes me think of the drink tin. That was the point, wasn't it? It was their biggest advert, was a truck on the road for Tango, wasn't it? Which is why they wanted the liveried vehicles advertising their product. That's a question, actually, anyone who's watching. I don't know the name of the driver in that cab.
Right.
He's got a tie on. I was told that's Barry Heinard, but I think at the time he was a bigger man than that.
Right.
So that's, if anyone is watching and they can tell me. Another 6 again from a slightly different angle.
Right.
At Woolpit, which must have been May '94 when I went on the road.
More online soon.